Good morning, everyone. I hope you all are having a great morning this morning. I'm going to read you a book today called Michael Recycle and Litterbug Doug. Alright, so they kind of look like superheroes, don't they? Alright, and this is by Ellie Bethel. She's the author, and the illustrator, the one who drew the pictures, is Alexandra Colombo. Look at this picture here. This is just the dedication page, but it says, "To my super siblings, Andrew and Jackie, thanks for all your super support." So anyways, I wonder what this book could be about. Michael Recycle and Litterbug Doug. Let's see. In a beautiful valley in the shade of a hill was a clean little town that was full of goodwill. But the quaint little town had a problem to face, for on top of the hill stood a mountain of waste. Look at all of that trash. That is a ton of trash just laying around, isn't it? And we've talked about litter laying around, how it attracts animals. So you see these mice here. Mice carry diseases. See the methane gas from the rotting stuff. And besides, it's just ugly, isn't it? And who was the culprit? Who was the thug? It was lonely and lazy-boned. Oh, Litterbug Doug. There he is. The culprit is the one who's responsible for this. So look at him. Does it look like he cares? It doesn't, does it? He's got mice crawling on top of him. He's dirty himself, isn't he? And this is the place where he stays at. So this is definitely not he definitely does not care. His house was a garbage dump full of old stuff that was rotting and moldy and smelly enough to make your eyes water. The stink was so strong, but Doug didn't think he had done anything wrong. And his only real friends were 100-odd rats, except for 2 lounging, fat, tabby cats. So look at all of the mice that's hanging around with him. And we know that mice carry diseases, and they're playing in this litter, aren't they, in all of this trash. This is not good at all. From alone on his throne, Doug thoughtlessly threw all manner of litter, and so the pile grew. So he just isn't thinking about littering, is he? You know, a lot of times that's why people litter. They just, they get in such a habit of doing it that they forget exactly what it is that they're doing. I think this might be Doug. He might have gotten into the habit of it, and then he just doesn't care. He just has a really bad attitude, doesn't he? A rotting banana, some moldy old cheese, faulty fridge freezers, and smashed up TVs. Chewed up old candy that was no longer sweet. All kinds of Doug's clutter was hurled on the heap. So he just keeps throwing all kinds of stuff. Right here is an old toilet that a cat has souped up with some wheels to take for a ride. There's the cheese, the bicycle, all kinds of stuff that he's just throwing there instead of putting it in its proper place. And then, to the joy of the 100-odd rats, Doug even got rid of his 2 tabby cats. He's throwing away and getting rid of so much stuff on his heap that he threw his cats away. He's in such a habit of throwing trash. He picked them up and threw them away too. But there's the rats. They're cheering because they don't have to worry about those cats chasing them anymore. The cats were so plump that they made the dump fall. What do you think is going to happen? All of this trash, you just saw all of that trash that he's been throwing out. So what do you think is going to happen? And down came the garbage, rats, cats, and all. Oh my goodness. Look at all of that trash. But then something happened that none could explain. It wasn't a bird, and it wasn't a plane. A green-caped crusader, I wonder who that could be, stupendously swooped, descending to earth with a great loop-the-loop. I wonder who this person could be. I wonder what it is. It says it wasn't a bird and it wasn't a plane. Who could it be? Litterbug Doug, said our green hero Michael. Oh, that's who it is. There he is, Michael. Littering is wrong. You've got to recycle. I don't even know if Litterbug Doug knows what recycle means, does he? But Doug just retorted, I won't make amends. That means he's not sorry for what he's done. He's not going to change anything. I don't need this town. The rats are my friends. Boy, he has a really bad attitude, doesn't he? He says he's not going to change. The rats are going to be his friends. But Doug, don't you care that the litter you've hurled is rotting and reeking and polluting our world? It's hard to believe, but I guess it depends. Do you really want rats and not people as friends? Oh my goodness. Think about that. Would you rather have rats than friends? Oh, no way. And see, he says, don't you care that the rotting and the reeking is polluting our world? A lot of times people don't realize when they litter that what they're doing is actually harming the earth and polluting it. They just are so used to doing it, they don't even think about it. Michael's trying to remind him that all of this is polluting our world. Then, thinking aloud, Doug said, I suppose they do give me fleas, and they nibble my toes. They make such a racket. Their hygiene's not great. So now he's decided that these rats maybe are not the best friends. I'd love some real friends. But is it too late? Is it too late for Litterbug Doug to have some friends? Besides these rats. Look at him. He's looking at them. He's deciding, do I really need some friends? Or are these rats good enough? Of course it's not too late, said Michael. All hands on the deck. If we work hard together, we can save you just yet. They formed a big chain from Doug's dump to Michael to sort out what's garbage and what to recycle. So they're going to go through, and the things that can't be recycled, they'll put them where they belong. And the things that can be recycled, they will. And soon, all the town was so neat and pristine. Pristine's another word that means clean. The only thing left was, I wonder what's left if everything's neat and pristine where he lived at. Wonder what's left. Here we go. The only thing left was to give Doug a clean. And now he was neater and he no longer smelled. So they gave him a job at which Doug excelled. Now watch out. Don't litter a drop or one small piece. Look at there. He's all cleaned up now. So you better watch out. He's there in a flash. Doug is now the litter police. He's going to give people a ticket. And even his rat friends have changed. Look at there. They have brooms, pots on their heads, bottle caps. They're ready to help stop the littering. Okay, so here's just a few fun facts. This is Litterbug Doug's Trash Roundup. So it said back in 2007, which I know has been a long time ago, but this is when this book was written. This is still true today, though. Americans throw away almost 5 pounds of trash. It's like 4.4 pounds of trash every day. Now, you may be sitting there and you may be saying, there's no way I throw that much trash away. But when you think about when you go to school and all the trash you throw away from the cafeteria from breakfast and lunch and the papers that you throw away, and then you come home, you think about all the paper towels you've used at school, and then when you come home, whoever does the cooking in your house cooks. So you think about all that trash that you make. If you go out to restaurants and eat and stuff, it is a lot of trash. We do make each person makes about 4 pounds of trash, 4 to 5 pounds of trash every day. So that's more than 1,600 pounds of trash in 1 year for every man, every woman, and every child. And that is half the weight of a hippo. That's crazy, isn't it? So it said out of all of that trash that we make, Americans recycle 33% of the trash. Okay, so that's still a lot of things that need to be recycled. We know a lot of places are limited, like we are. We can only recycle paper, cardboard, and 1 and 2 plastics, but that still does make up and aluminum, and that does make up a big chunk of our trash that we could be recycling instead of throwing it away. So we can also compost, and this down here talks about composting. Americans composted 22 million tons of materials. You can compost too. Just start a compost pile in your backyard. We've talked about composting, didn't we? Mix grass clippings, fallen leaves, plant waste, vegetable and fruit peels, coffee grounds, and even eggshells in a pile in your yard. Even leftover broccoli and spinach can be composted. But don't add meat or dairy products to your compost pile. Once a week, stir the compost. A little sun, a little rain, a few bugs, and a few months will turn your yard waste and your kitchen waste into a healthy soil for your garden and take up less space in a landfill. So more than 85 million tons of waste were recycled or composted in 2007. It says when that number reaches 100 million tons, maybe the president will give everyone a free cheeseburger. Haha, I doubt it. But hey, one can dream, can't they? More than 60% of steel cans and almost 50% of aluminum cans are recycled every year. So don't throw your cans in the trash. Put them in the recycle bin instead. More than 50% of paper products are recycled. To help that number go up, you can recycle paper bags, computer paper, notebooks, cardboard boxes, newspapers, magazines, catalogs, old textbooks, even your parking tickets, and your bad report cards. But don't tell Mom and Dad. All right, so there's more than 1,700 landfills in the United States. And about 30 years ago, there was 8,000. So that number has went down. That's a good thing. That means that we're throwing less things into a landfill, but that also means we need to extend the life of those landfills as much as we can. So it says recycling doesn't just save room in a landfill, it also helps keep the air, the water, and the earth cleaner too. Besides, Litterbug Doug says it's cool to recycle. And we should all do that. Okay, so now Michael Recycle has a few Go Green tips. Okay. Recycle, recycle, recycle. Find out what can be recycled in your town. If it's curbside pickup or drop off. If you live in Newport, it's curbside pickup. If you live in the county, it's drop off, but we all take the same stuff. It says save energy by turning off the lights and electronic equipment when you leave the room. Plant a tree. Trees help keep the earth cool and the air clean. Save water by taking shorter showers, less than 5 minutes, and turning off the water while you brush your teeth. Step up, walk, ride your bike, or take public transportation instead of being driven whenever you can. I know it's a little hard around here, but there's opportunities that we can. Ask your parents to buy rechargeable batteries and energy-efficient light bulbs. Use less paper. This is a big one right here that even I need to work on. Switch to cloth napkins and hand towels instead of paper ones. Try a reusable lunch bag instead of a brown paper bag. Use both sides of each piece of writing paper. And when you do buy paper products, make sure they're made of recycled materials. I need to work on the napkins and the paper towel thing, for sure. And here goes Michael Recycle into the air to save the day, to help people learn to recycle. Awesome, right? So, that is a pretty cool story, isn't it? Alrighty. So, Michael Recycle is trying to teach everyone that we need to recycle, that we don't need to litter, all important things, which is with a super cool story, right? Because he's a superhero. Alright, so we're going to do a craft today. You need a paper bag, okay? And you need some construction paper and some markers and however else you want to design this. But you're going to make a paper bag puppet superhero. Is that not awesome? So here is my superhero. I named her Supergirl. I drew her little thing, her little emblem on her chest there. You could put beads or whatever you wanted to on that. I cut out her mask from construction paper. She has eyes and a mouth. And then on the back, she has her superhero cape. Is that not awesome? So now I have a superhero puppet. Instead of, she could be, oh, I should have named her Compost Girl, shouldn't I? That would have been really cool. I might have to make another one and name her Compost Girl. Anyways, we would love to see your superheroes that you make. They don't have to be environmental. They can be whatever kind of superheroes you want. You could make Spider-Man out of this. You could make Superman. You could make the Hulk. You could make Iron Man, Captain Planet, which Captain Planet is environmental. He likes to save the earth. But anyways, this would be a super cool project. We'd love to see what you guys do. You can make them also out of toilet paper rolls. You can turn yourself into a superhero. You could use toilet paper rolls to make the cuffs, the armbands. You could make your cape out of some old paper laying around the house or plastic bags. Just make sure they don't get around your face. You could make your little emblem for your chest out of paper plates. That would be super cool. So there's all kinds of stuff that you could do. We would love to see your superhero. All right, that would be awesome. So if you do, you can either post on this video or send them to us on Facebook Messenger, or you can email them to us at kccbdirector@gmail.com. We'd love to get those guys on there, okay? We'd love to see some superheroes, especially environmental superheroes. That would be really cool because you would be my hero then, definitely, okay? All right, guys. Well, I hope you all have a great day. I will be back on Friday. Miss Greta will be on tomorrow to talk to you guys. I hope you have a great day and stay safe and stay well. Bye.